We are so happy to have you back so soon, Maestro Mena.
Pleasure to be with you always.
Yeah, you have traveled the world since the last time you were here 9 months ago. I'm not even going to start where you have been, but you're back in winter time with a program full of joie de vivre.
It's true.
Yeah, lovely. We need it. And we're starting this week's program with Mendelssohn Symphony No. 4, which he composed during a 10-month trip to Italy in 1830.
It's true. And it's played of power and energy and ideas and lovely symphony.
Well, it's called the Italian, but what is actually Italian about it?
I think in the spirit of the music is plenty of the contrast of the joy. Is really rich in other points with the second movement and the third movement is another pictures about the Italy. Within that Latin men's or Latin people is very active always. Sometimes are really religious a lot, as is the second movement. Can be only elegant society that is also in Italy. Is a high society there. I think all this experience that Mendelssohn take it in Italy, in Rome concretely, is there in the symphony.
He saw the coronation of Pope Pius VIII, I read.
And were a lot of pilgrims there.
Yes.
And it's for this the second movement is a march with the melodies of the pilgrims. Then is concrete a Czech melody. Possible was some Czech pilgrims there in Rome and with the Pope. And it's a procession, That is beautiful to have a contrast with the first movement, Then it's quasi a carnival, The Roman Carnival, It's plenty of ideas, the power, the energy, And it's beautiful, I think, the contrast between these two movements, And another point of view, I don't know where he was, But really, it's very evident also in the third movement, and it's a little more. Stylistic or novel color in the third movement, and possible is the part of this high society close to the church, always in Italy, That is very evident. I was conducting there years ago, and I was really surprised about the power of the Christian religion there. Wow, it's amazing. You cannot believe that they have all this power there in Roma. Is another city, is another part of the Roma, And possible Mendelssohn was also in contact with this high society, And it's for this is more elegant, more quiet, more semplice, more martial, as a march, military march in the trio. It's very interesting, And to be crazy, of course, part of the Carnival also is the saltarello, in the last movement. Then is close also to the tarantula, the tarantello. More than saltarello is tarantello, and it must be really, if a tarantula pick up you, okay, you must be really active, and it's this moment, and I think it's lovely symphony.
Yeah, you make us work hard in the last moment with the tarantula.
It's necessary.
Yeah,
and you can.
Mendelssohn was really gifted person. He spoke several languages at a very early age, and he played, of course, many different instruments, and he was a decent painter. At what age did you start doing music? Were you introduced to classical music?
When I was 7 years old, I was a man came to my class in the school, to my and with a flute in his hand, And he do a little note and demand the children to sing the notes that he's playing, And you accept the notes, okay? And I did very well, all the notes, and the voice was clear for him, and invite me to the choir, You like to sing in the choir? And I say, okay, I will talk with my family. And this was the start of my life in music, because my family before is no relation with music. And this was only the signal, this college, this man that was there doing this work also for no money. And I was singing in the children's choir and learning a lot there. Of course, the time of Mendelssohn is so different. People was involved in the art in general, not only in music or in instrument. Also, he was conducting, also a wonderful conductor, And you know, it's amazing how many time free, or what to say, or how many, what was the moment for them in the society, what they do in the society there to have time to do all these things that they did. No, I don't know why now we are so busy all the time and we do half of this life. No, and I think we must think about. Look more about the art, look more outside of us, more humanity. And now we are thinking the technology too much. I think we are changing a little this attention of this line, to the technology and to extra things outside of us, and we don't look very much inside of us.
Well, it's true. It's especially important for children.
Yeah.
Gets to experience music themselves.
Yeah.
But,
so important.
Yeah, but you're conducting. You started. I heard a rumor you started with lots of girls.
Yeah, this was true. Also, when I was singing in the choir, and my mom decided, okay, you are singing in the choir, you must go to the school of music to learn the music. No, and we decided to go to there, and I studied some instruments and some things, but. As I study some instruments, the conductor of the choir sometimes they say me, okay, can you play the instrument with us? And I go out, I go in front all of them and playing the folkloric instruments, Basque folkloric instruments. And I started to be in the stage, close to the conductor, what to say. And when I was 14, he invited me to go to the first lessons class to conducting choirs, to start conducting choirs. My first choir was 100 girls. I was 16 years old only. In this time, 16 years old, we are really where we are. We don't know exactly where we are. But the choir was girls, 100 girls. It was 8 to 14. Can you imagine? These girls with 14 or 13 years old, they know more than me about the life, and it was amazing, wonderful experience to control these 100 girls. Then they didn't know music. I must sing for them always, and I learned a lot of. And I think it's important. I told the conductors to interchange energy with the team that is in front of you. But you must smell. You must be very, very familiar with this interchange. You must give some things. You must receive some things. You must understand the things. You must smell what is the ambient. And I started to learn this when I was 16 years old with these girls. I learned a lot. What to do to control them and to have the best of them.
Yes, we are performing two very different pieces by Ravel this week. Written, the piano concerto in G major is written about 100 years later than the Italian symphony by Mendelssohn. It's full of jazzy rhythms but the most beautiful second movement. The audience really shouldn't miss it if they don't know it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful concerto, and also in some point of view, I think the light is clear in this program, because Mendelssohn is with all these beautiful melodies, and we talk it is light. There is spirit, is life. It's not only light; it's also life, And I think with Ravel, it's quite a little the same, it's plenty of joy. Also, it's very active. It's jazzistic. Also, is at the same time it's mysterious, melancholic in the second movement. That is beautiful. And also, I think in the last movement is crazy, as crazy as Mendelssohn, as crazy as the Tarantello. It's quite another Tarantello. And you are amazing. You are playing with the strings so wonderful, and all the solos in the woodwinds are so difficult also.
Yeah, that's so difficult.
And they are doing very, very well. And it's for this they are the pieces that can be put in this level of the orchestra, than is Oslo Philharmonic, and discover. The pianist came to me today after and say, "What amazing orchestra about it, all these things, because he played with another orchestras, and he know what is so difficult to obtain sometimes. But with you, it's very easy."
Well, thank you. Ravel is considered a French composer, but his mother was actually Spanish and Basque, like yourself.
Yeah, his mother was really Basque. Basque, Basque country is part of the north of Spain in the corner, but also part of the south of France.
Yes.
And his mother was born in, Ravel was born in Cibourg.
Mm.
It's a little beautiful village in the coast of the France to the Atlantic, close to the Spain. No? I was in this home, and also a friend of me have a little table that was in the Ravel house, because when the Ravel died and all the servants that were around there decided to sell all the
Oh, really?
all the things, no, and this a woman that is part of family of one friend take it this and it's true, and there are a lot of references sometimes in the music of Ravel, and I discovered and have with a lot of discretion, but always is a little connection with the Basque, also spirit of Basque music, no? Especially in Daphnis, is one of the more clear things. We have a special rhythm, Basque rhythm dance, then the name is Sorchico in Basque language. It's a bar in 5/8. Normal, the accents in the Slavs rhythms, when it's 5, is 3 and 2, or 2 and 3. Okay, in our rhythm, the accent is in the second beat. Is 1, 2, 2, 1, top, 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 1, pop, 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 pop. And it's something special, and a lot of people have problems to do it. And this is in the Daphnis, in the last dance. I think there is the influence of the rhythm. Because you know, pita, 1, 2, pita. I think Ravel was a very discreet man. Nobody knows nothing about his personal life, his intimate life, nothing. Nobody can say nothing. He was very discreet, and I think he used also the influence of the Basque folklore in this dance, but really discreetly, without talk about this, without saying this is the rhythm that we, because it's strictly is not a rhythm, because the rhythm is pam pam pa pam pa pam pam pa pam pa pam, and it's not strictly the rhythm in the dance, but the accent in the second beat of 5 is evident. And I don't know another dance in the world with this rhythm.
Yeah. But it sounded a little bit like the piece we're finishing off with, which was supposed to be a homage to Johann Strauss, the King of Waltzes.
Yeah.
Yes, but it turns out to be a crazy waltz.
Yeah. But also with this finesse and this French finesse of the valses, no? And it's true, this reference, the Valse is a masterwork. Why? Also, he was very important work for him to do also this a continued valse, then change its moment, and it's rich and richer and richer, and at the end is a big party, no, big joy valse, no. And the difficult thing is also in all the valses, sometimes you must change a little the tempo, slower or faster, in depends on what is the character of the dance in this moment, the melody of this moment in the valse. No? And this is the more difficult thing, I think, in la valse. Is worried that you know, in this time in Paris was a lot of influence of the Diaghilev ballets, and also Stravinsky, all these things, and you know, but when they were there, at the end, Ravel was able to play for Diaghilev.
Yes.
To say, I would like to do something with you, no? And there was a meeting, then he played La Valse.
Yes.
And Diaghilev said, I don't like this music, you know. And the more strong thing was that Stravinsky, that was in the room, don't help Ravel. To say, no, but maestro, this is a one. No, you don't help Ravel. He said nothing. Diaghilev said, no, this is very banal music. I don't like this. You know? And Ravel was playing La Valse for Diaghilev.
Yes.
This was very bad for him, because I think that his music, in some point of view, Daphnis, that was quasi at the same time of Rite of Spring, is also a masterwork and can be beautiful dancing by Diaghilev, but this doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, he didn't want to make anything of it, and it actually ended their friendship, didn't it? Because next time they met, I heard Ravel did not want to shake Diaghilev's hand, and then there was going to be a duel, which unfortunately didn't take place.
Yes, true. But it's duel in the music, no? Then was not possible, this connection.
Yes, absolutely. So but the La Valse feels so new with you, with all working on all the details. Like there's so many things we have almost never heard. It's very inspiring.
It's amazing
the way
because
you
people,
work.
I didn't know this is a proposal of Alex, no, Alex Taylor, no, and proposed this program, and I say, okay, why not, you know? But last time that I did La Valse was 15 years ago. I didn't conduct in all these 15 years, and
Really?
and I take this week to be here, you know, and I discover new things, you know. I opened the score and I was discovering, and also with you, no, with the orchestras that can work in so high level, you can search more things in music, no, and I think the important thing about my details is the details that is written.
Mm.
It's not the details that I put in the score. No?
Mm.
It's for this I am always. I think the score, and I learned this in England with my BBC Philharmonic. The score is God.
Mm.
You must know very well what is there. You must put questions why this mezzo forte now, no accent now, not there. And the amazing thing is when you put this in a so high level orchestra, you understand the music because you can do all these things. And immediately you discover, this was the key to understand this phrase. Because when I did this 15 years ago, it was not so good. I was too young for this piece.
Probably it was not so good here either 15 years ago.
No, I am sure no. Because you did this with, I think with Jansson's you did
yes,
a lot. And
we've done it
is for me a reference in the music and in the conducting, of course, and another conductors after him. No, but it's true. I don't know. I am always open to discover things, and it's a pleasure to be here because you take the risk, you take the energy, you take the attitude to have always searching. No, and this is so important for music and so important for the audience.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure to search and find the music with you. So thank you so much, and we're really looking forward to a vigorous concert.
Thank you. Thank you for all this wonderful work that you are doing.